When you think of football in London, your mind normally goes to clubs like Arsenal, Tottenham, Chelsea, even Fulham. AFC Wimbledon, probably one of the last teams you think of, but I'm changing that today. Today I'm taking over the Dons and I'm going to make them not only London, but England and Europe's biggest club, but I can only do it signing players from clubs based in London. And as we take control at Wimbledon, this is the starting lineup we have, using live start points to get us to the start of the 2025-26 season. And yes, after promotion via the playoffs, that means we are in League One. Also, fellas, new office, new setup. What do we think? Right from the jump, we need to get straight into our transfer business because, to be totally honest, I don't see us surviving League One relegation with the team we have. So from the jump, I'm getting ourselves a shot stopper from Charlton Athletic. It's an Australian. That was totally a pure coincidence, but it is 64 rated Ashley Maynard Brewer. But for me, going out there and getting a goalkeeper and someone that can play right mid were my two main priorities from the jump. He's a left midfielder, but I can convert him. It is Azim Abdullahi from Leyton Orient. And I mean, it's going to take 2 weeks to convert him, so that's definitely worth it. And lads, we've officially sold our first player in this brand new setup. Miles Hippolyte, it is time to go. Make that 2. The defender Will Nightingale heading to Spain. Right now, I feel like I'm signing players from the same sort of clubs, but that is because we cannot afford to go and get guys from the Tottenhams, Arsenals, Chelseas like that right now. So for now, it is another Charlton player, Karoy Anderson, joining us in the midfield. And then the guys that I want to sign from a club like Bromley are too good that they don't want to sell them. So we'll go for another Charlton player for good measure. So this is the team we go into battle with to start season 1. Like I said, my only goal for this season is to survive relegation. We come in a really awkward position where we don't have the growth of a team that Wimbledon will have going into FC 26. And we have to compete against teams only in League One. Let's see how we're sitting come January 1. Unsurprisingly, we're in the thick of this relegation battle. 17th on the 1st of January, 4 points clear, but we are not at the bottom right now, which is better than I had hoped for. We can go on a run though, we can definitely get ourselves into mid-table obscurity. Need us making a move or two here though. The Lebanese striker Omar Bugel heading to Malaga, along with Ryan Johnson and the centre midfielder Callum Maycock. My original plan was to try signing Kanu, the striker from Charlton. He got sold to FC Seoul, so that's not happening. And unfortunately, the striker options available to us right now are not at the level I want. So I'm making a formation change. I'm bringing in a defensive midfielder by the name of Connor Coventry. It's going to put a lot of pressure onto Stevens up top now. We stabilized, and we survived 13th in our first season, signing only London players with AFC Wimbledon. 56 points. We ended up being so clear. I mean, 8 points clear. Shrewsbury on 48. But Shrewsbury, Exeter, Port Vale, and Stockport go down. We climb mid-table, but the top of the table is going to be Plymouth Argyle. I'm really hoping Charlton Athletic don't go up though. If Charlton go up via the playoffs, that's going to limit the type of players that we can sign next season. Once we get to the Championship and the Premier League, we'll have everything available. I don't know, if Charlton get promoted, we're only going to be able to sign with Leyton Orient and Bromley next year. Man City won the FA Cup. Arsenal win a North London derby in the Carabao. Plymouth Argyle win Bristol Street Motors Trophy, but this is the big one. Who wins the playoffs? It is Oxford United. Come on now. Oxford United, Charlton went out in the semi-finals. Beautiful. 22 goals for Matthew Stevens. I told you guys he was going to have to put a lot of responsibility on his shoulders, and he has done just that. 8 goals for the left back and 5. That's crazy when our left back and right back are our 3rd and 4th highest goal scorers. We will be saying goodbye to Sam Hutchinson, who will retire at the end of season 1. I guess season 2. Survival achieved. Now we build with Wimbledon. I'm quickly figuring out, especially in these first seasons, that the plan that I have coming into a season is not necessarily what I'm going to do. Coming into this season, my first priority was to bring in either a defensive midfielder, center midfielder, or attacking midfielder. Going through the clubs that we can sign players with. The players that I do want to sign, the team aren't willing to sell, so I'm adapting. I'm going for a left back here. That was on the list down the line, but it's been bumped up priority number 1 now. The Frenchman, Diaby Balumbu, joining us from Leyton Orient. Finances are a lot tighter this season than last, so I've got to make some tough calls coming into season 2. And that has led to the sale of Joe Lewis, the Welshman heading to Switzerland, and also to the sale of the left back, James Tilley. As much as I enjoyed using him last year, I couldn't say no to this type of money for Matthew Stevens. It's just shy of £1 million for the striker. We can go and invest that so nicely. And it's worked out brilliantly. We have got the best possible striker we could have gone for. I tried to go for him last year, at least I toyed with the idea. It was a little out of our price range there. But now we have signed Miles Lieburn. 71 overall, 22 years of age. I'm a fan of it. We are so damn hamstrung though being in League One. We need to get ourselves out of the championship as quickly as possible. Players like Lieburn, Coventry, Anderson have me confident we can do that, but I need the rest of the squad to pick up. I need the money. I need us getting as many options for big pickups as we can. We need to come out of the gates firing in this first half of the season. This is a good start. The playoffs are within an arm's reach. Convert those draws into wins and we get there. We're on 35 points, but Jake Reeves continues to decline. This is going to be a huge impact on us. This is going to be a hindrance on the squad for the second half of the season. But our budget right now is absolutely woeful. I'm going to go make some moves to see if we can get anybody into the squad. We've got to do what we've got to do. I would have rather keep these guys on the bench, but we need the money more. It's going to be Josh Kelly heading to the Italian leagues and the right back Hussein Bila heading to Turkey. And here we go. We've got ourselves the new midfielder. It's been a roundabout way of getting to do it, but we have brought in Jordan Brown, 67 rated defensive midfielder from Leyton Orient. Again, adapting the formation, going from a 4-3-3 holding to now 4-3-3 defensive. We dropped down to 14th. I genuinely feel like escaping League One is going to be one of the toughest parts of this entire rebuild. Like I've said, we are hamstrung. We are entirely dependent on teams like Bromley, Charlton, and Leyton Orient getting good players that we can go and poach ourselves. And that is going to guarantee that in Season 3, we are playing in League One again. Charlton are going to be in League One again, though. That is nice to see Portsmouth go back up to the Championship. So disappointing, though, man. At least we're not in the relegation zone. Manchester United win the FA Cup. We haven't been doing anything in those tournaments, though. If I do, you'll be the first to know. Brighton win the Carabao Cup, though. Blackpool win the BSM Trophy. Made it to the round of 16 there, where we did lose to Blackpool. And speaking of Blackpool, they are going up to the Championship. Miles Lieburn absolutely dominated, dude. 25 goals, plus 4 growth, 75 overall. He is our golden ticket to get out of League One. Brown's had a great year. Probably look to upgrade, though. Abdullah goes to a 71. We've got a good base right now. We just need to keep building in those other areas. 2 midfielders leaving the club, though. Jake Reeves retiring and James Ball refusing to sign a new contract. Season 3, please be kinder to us. Here's the situation coming into Season 3. Our squad depth is absolutely abysmal, and there aren't that many insane players to pick up. So to start, I'm going to make a marquee signing. It is Campbell, left midfielder, joining us from Charlton. We spend a decent amount of money on him, £1.4 million, and subsequently I'm going to sell Marcus Brown. We get £1.15 million for him. I want to use that money to invest in our squad depth. Get some younger guys in who I don't necessarily expect to light the world up, but hopefully could get us a profit in the future. Aiden Green's another player like this, the young English defender, joins us for 200k. I can't lie though, fellas, the temptation to cash in on Lieburn is definitely there. If we don't get promoted this year, I don't know, man, I might have to consider it. 55 rated Liam Green might be my lowest rated signing ever. And you know what? For the first time in this video, I'm sending somebody off on loan. It is going to be Aiden Green, who heads to FC Sion for the year. This offense is way too good to be in the League One, though. Even the midfield is way too good for League One. If we don't get ourselves promoted this year, I'm going to crash out. And I'm also going to crash out if you're enjoying this video and you haven't hit that subscribe button. Horrible transition. But lads, if you're enjoying the content, subscribe down below so that you don't miss out on any content from the JarradHD channel. Ended the League One season. We are in the playoffs. I was hoping we were going to be in the automatic spots, but that goes to Derby and Reading. We finish 6th. We scrape in and get the final spot, and it is between Bolton, Peterborough, Plymouth Argyle, and us for that championship spot. We're going to have to do it the hard way, though. Bolton in the semi-finals. First leg at home. We need our front three to absolutely carry. Lieburn is 78. Dude, come on. Have an insane game. 2-all. It is our right back. We have an insane offense, but our right back bags a brace. We can't be relying on our right back to score goals if we want to get into the championship. 78 Lieburn in League One. We need you to be scoring hat-tricks, bro. Second leg against Bolton. We win it on a penalty shootout. We take our 3rd place on a penalty shootout. Anderson, the goal scorer. I don't care how we got there. We are heading to Wembley, where we will be playing Peterborough. I actually might cry if we don't win today. Come on, fellas. A spot in the championship on the line. It's been a slow start to the rebuild, but can this London experiment with Wimbledon push forward? Yes, it does! Back-to-back penalty shootouts. It is Sidwell, the 61 rated centre midfielder coming off the bench and being the hero at Wembley. We are heading to the championship with AFC Wimbledon. Oh my god, what a stressful way to get promoted. I thought we had a team that was good enough to get promoted automatically, but I'm just happy to be there. I look around at the other competitions. Palace win another FA Cup. Man City beat Ipswich to win the Carabao Cup. Bristol Rovers win the BSM Trophy. And I should probably point out that MK Dons got relegated to League 2. Unlucky, lads. Tyrese Campbell. I see you, son. Tyrese Campbell. I thought for sure Leeburn was going to score like 400 goals this year. But Tyrese Campbell, 75 overall, 30 goals, 10 assists. Unbelievable stuff. How did Green go? Okay, just +1 growth. I was hoping for some sort of growth, but it is what it is. We're off to the championship. Finally no longer strung by League 1 restrictions. Come on now, let's open up the rest of London. Into the championship can finally have all of the London clubs open to us, but that will get closed off again if we get relegated. I don't want that happening. Hitting the ground running, got a lot of business we want to do on a very tight budget. George Cooper joining us from Fulham. For context, he is a right back. And to the other side of West London we go. It is a centre back signing. I needed a right back, I needed a centre back. Kim Ji-soo, the South Korean, signing from Brentford. I will say, dealing with these types of players though has nuked our budget in terms of wages. There are more signings I want to make and not enough money to do it. I need to clear some space. Riley Harbottle heading to the San Jose Earthquakes. And also leaving is our hero from that first leg of the playoffs against Bolton, Josh Newville. He's leaving. I don't even pay any attention to these gradings anymore. It said the most I was going to get for him was 800k. I sold him for 840k. Now they're telling me 1.2 mil. Give it a rest, FIFA. I was going to give him another season, but I think it's time for us to go for a goalkeeper upgrade. I hate doing this to my fellow countrymen, but he does go to the Scottish League and goes to Hearts, which I feel like every Australian player is heading to the Scottish League nowadays. And here we go. Coming from QPR, it is Jack Fletcher, goalkeeper of the future. This team is good, but I'm definitely afraid of getting relegated back to League 1. I do not want us going down. I think we've made the necessary upgrades for this year, but man, this rebuild has been such a slog so far. Let's just see where we're sitting come January 1st. Come on, Wimbledon. You're in a tough spot. The good thing is Derby and Preston are stinking it up massively. So we only have to worry about 22nd position, but we are in the thick of this relegation battle. I do not want to go back down to League 1. Please, anything but that. And I got £38. Like, I can't even buy a ticket to one of our games, really. We've got to trust what we've done so far. Oh my god, fingers and toes crossed. Oh my god, bro. We survive by 1 point. By 1 point, and it is so clear. We have the worst defense in the entire league. 81 goals against. Scoring goals were not a problem, 63. But conceding 81 games and losing 23 games. 81 goals, 23 games. Dude, we are lucky to stay up here. But we're up. Who is going up to the Premier League? It is Ipswich and Burnley. Wolverhampton win the FA Cup. Again, we are stinking it up. Liverpool win the Carabao. Notts County made it to the semi-final. And we went out in the first round. Oh, God. West Bromwich Albion will be going up to the Premier League. Miles Leeburn, another insane season for him. Another insane season for Campbell as well. I've got some questions as to what I do moving forward, because there is no doubt that if we hold on to Leeburn and Campbell, they have the opportunity to be good players. But I'm wondering whether I cash in on them for the greater good, the greater overall of the whole squad. Jack Fletcher, our goalkeeper though, +5 in his first year from QPR. I thought he was going to be good, but not this good. Nowhere near pretty, but we have survived. And at the end of the day, that's all I wanted out of this year. I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to do it, lads. If we're going to make a big step forward in this rebuild, I have to sell him. A budget of £3 million is not going to do much to move the needle. Miles Leeburn, you handsome, handsome man. I've got to cash in. But the first man out this season isn't Leeburn. It is our playoff final hero, Harry Sidwell. Had a year left on his contract, refused to sign a new one. We're selling him. It has been done, ladies and gentlemen. It has been done, but I'm not overly upset about it because we got a fat paycheck and we also sold him to Tottenham, which means realistically, we could go and re-sign him at some point in this video. 37 mil though is going to help us so much. We need to spend this money wisely and revolutionize this squad. Priority number one, of course, though, is to get a new striker in. I've managed to sign a striker on a cheap deal here, 12 months remaining on his deal, makes the jump down from the Premier League to the Championship. German striker, Jenan Pejsinovic, joining us from Fulham for 10 mil. Spending just like almost a quarter of what we had for the Liburn departure. I'm happy with that. Don't think it'll come as any surprise, but we are going right in for a centre-back. We cannot be conceding 80 plus goals in a season. And for that reason, we welcome the Scotsman, Liam Morrison. Still so much more we want to do. Jordan Brown, I'm selling him, cashing in. And the same deal with Alex Mitchell heading to Minnesota United. Huge pick up to the midfield though. We are looking good coming into this season. The overall balance of this squad is going to be so much stronger. Ladies and gentlemen, signing him from Chelsea, it is going to be the centre midfielder Englishman Alex Matos, the former Coventry man, joining us for £11 million. There is no denying that we're going to miss Lee Burn a lot, but the overall balance of this squad is 10 times stronger. And I look at this, and I think we should be in the shop window of at least trying to get ourselves playoffs this year. But I'll tell you one thing for free, this is a grind of a rebuild. We're in the window, lads. We are in the window. And the thing that I'm happiest about, our goal difference, so far only 31. We have way more goals for than against, which I'm all here for. Can we push ourselves, though, into a playoff spot? Cooper at the right back role, not growing enough. We need that guy that's going to get us over the edge, and that is what we've gone for. A short-term boost, a guy coming down a division that knows how to get the job done. The Norwegian right back, Christoph Ayer, is going to join us from Brentford, picking him up for a pretty reasonable 3.3 mil. He is 76 overall, 31 years of age. I'm going to put Cooper on the loan list, though, and see if we can get any sort of growth out of him in the next 6 months. And we got George Cooper his move. 6 months at Sheffield United. You are actually taking the piss. We have missed out on the playoffs by goal differential. We tie on points with Everton. 4 goals difference. 4! Oh my god, 1 point away from Sunderland. We are not in the playoffs this year. Who's going up? It's Wolves and Southampton. I am dejected, dude. What's the relegation zone saying? Blackburn, Peterborough, Portsmouth. The FA Cup goes to Man City. Chelsea win the Carabao Cup. Second round exit there this year. And Luton Town, deservedly, I'm going to say, Luton Town are heading up to the Premier League. In his first year, though, Pejsinovic has got himself 29 goals and up to an 81 overall, which is brilliant to see. I am curious to see how Liburn went. I'm going to check that in a minute, but a great year here for Matos. Campbell doesn't score as many goals, nearly as many goals as he's done in previous years, and only goes up to a 78. One thing I am happy with, though, Christoph Ayer doesn't go down any overall this first half of the year. But disappointingly, George Cooper doesn't get any growth in his 6 months on loan. Where are you at, Liburn? What are you sitting at now? Only an 82 overall. I can live with that. Miles Liburn only goes up +1 this year. But the fact we are about to enter season 6 and we have only been promoted once is proving that this is one of the toughest rebuilds I have done all year long. I'm doing everything in my power to get us promoted to the Premier League this year. But unfortunately, our budget is, it's doubled from what it started at last year almost, but it is still pathetic. So I'm trying to be incredibly intentional with my business this year. Our biggest gaping hole is at the left back role. So to finance it, I'm selling Diaby Balumbo. He teams up with his former goalkeeper at Hearts. George Cooper's heading off on loan. And Osman Fayo is heading off to one of my favorite cities on planet Earth, Chicago. Holy shit, what a struggle this was getting a left back. My brain is I've almost had multiple aneurysms during this process. Firstly, I tried to get Ryan Sessegnon, got a really good deal agreed with Fulham, but contracts, we weren't even close to getting the amount of money he wanted. Fast forward to now, we've signed the Ecuadorian, Pervis Estupinan from Brentford. Holy hell, we were negotiating over like £10,000 in bonuses. I didn't care paying it to him. We literally didn't have the money in our budget to do it. We have naggled our way down, and we got Estupinan into Wimbledon. He's 80 overall, though. That is a huge pickup for this season. Our squad depth is absolutely rubbish. I can acknowledge that, but our starting 11 is slowly getting there. Christoph Ayer grows. He grows to a 77. This is a team, surely we get promoted. Surely we get promoted with this squad. No injuries, and I think we hopefully, fingers crossed, go up to the Prem. Champions of the championship. Oh my god, I did not anticipate it to take this long. But we are finally heading to the Premier League with AFC Wimbledon. Oh my god, bro. We are heading up alongside Sunderland. Going down Swansea, Lincoln and Bolton. Crystal Palace have won an all-London FA Cup final. They're starting to get a little bit of a habit for themselves. Third round exit for us. Arsenal win the Carabao. Wonder when we're going to start doing anything in these tournaments. We go out in the third round there as well. But Norwich City will be joining us in the Premier League next year. Pejsinovic, you beautiful, beautiful man. 83 overall, 25 goals. He is going to have to be he's going to have to be on fire for us if we want to survive relegation. Another big year for Alex Matos. Tyrese Campbell again, just +1 growth. We're in a decent position though. Need a good budget heading into the Premier League. I'm just happy to be heading into the Premier League at all. Bring on season 7. I thought by now we'd be playing in the Champions League, but we're only just qualifying for the Premier League. God help us. Welcome to the Premier League era with AFC Wimbledon. We need to hit the ground running this season. Our weaker points need to be targeted. So we're starting at the centre midfield role. Jorgensen from Fulham, the Danish midfielder, signing on. Cut price deal with 12 months left on his deal, £13 million. And for what I believe is the first time we are signing an Arsenal player, the Polish defender, Wozniak? I'm going to call him Wozniak, joining us here. Real nice upgrade in the defense. This was a tough call to make. I didn't know whether I wanted to sell him or not, but I think we should go in for a right winger as well. The Scotsman, Azim Abdullahi, he's been so solid for us, but I'm cashing in 20 mil to Leeds. I don't want to keep stealing from Fulham. I don't want Fulham getting relegated, but in this case, it was the best option available at the right wing role. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Czech winger, Matej Jurasek from Fulham. But this is the roster we have to survive relegation with. I am feeling so much stronger after adding Jurasek, Jorgensen, and Wozniak. Got a few tempting offers here for Pejsinovic, but we need him. We desperately need him if we're going to stay up in the Premier League this year. The extra £50 million would have been nice, but staying up in the Prem is nicer. We, by no surprise, are in the thick of this relegation battle, currently 1 point clear of West Ham. Manchester United sitting down in the relegation battle as well. Norwich look like they are almost destined to go down. We're 11 points clear of them, but one loss could put us right down where Sunderland are. And look, there's not much money for us to do anything with, but I'm going to sell Christoph Ayer. He's gone down 3 overall in the start of the season, from a 76 to a 73. I'm giving Green the starting spot for the next 6 months. Ayer heading to France. And whilst we haven't given ourselves enough money to go and get another starter, I am going to work in the reserves because, yeah, our squad depth at certain parts of the squad is absolutely pathetic. I don't want the 50 rated guys sitting on the bench. I want Alfie Clarkson, young fella from Millwall. We have stayed up. Come on. We actually came into the final day of the season 7 points clear on 37 points in 15th, but lost to Crystal Palace. That's fine though. We weren't in relegation danger for basically the last month of the season because Nottingham Forest, Sunderland, and Norwich have had stinkers. Norwich with 16 points, Sunderland 30, Forest 32. Norwich narrowly missing out on being the worst team in Premier League history. Manchester United only 1 point better than us. I'm hoping we can climb up this table though. The Premier League champions this year are Chelsea, Brighton and Crystal Palace. Giving it a fair nudge though. Chelsea win the FA Cup. We got absolutely pumped by Liverpool in the 3rd round. Tottenham win the Carabao. And for the first time, I'm checking out the European competition. Juventus win an all-Italian Champions League final. I did not expect our first season to be season 7. Where we were checking this out. Good year for Italian clubs. Milan winning the Europa League. And, Atalanta almost did the all 3 there, the European domination for Italy, but it is Valencia winning the Conference League. Pejsinovic, one of the key parts keeping us up this season. 17 goals in all competitions. Great year for Tyrese Campbell. Our star players really stepping up for us big time. No growth though for George Cooper, who basically got the whole season. I think I'm going to have to look at right back next year. And we're going to have to look at left back as well. Estupinan, he is retiring. And then I want to slowly start clearing out some of these lower rated guys. It's hard because of squad depth numbers, but Ethan Sutcliffe, I'm letting him walk on a free. Relegation survived by any means necessary. That's all I cared about this year. But now all I care about is climbing up that Premier League table. I'm going to have to do it. Our budget is not good enough, man. £15 million. I can't do anything with this right now. Pejsinovic, I love you, bro, but we've got to do it. it. I've got to go the Miles Lieburn route. I've got to use him to invest this next era at AFC Wimbledon. We get a fat payday for him, £90 million as the German heads north. And I want to use that money to finance a left back, a right back, a defensive midfielder, and obviously a striker. Starting off at left back, going to West Ham United and picking up the young Englishman Kai Carter. Doubling up with our dealings with West Ham United. We get ourselves a striker. It is a -3 downgrade, but I need to spread the wealth between all of the 4 signings I want to make. He's still an absolute stud though. Augustin Roberto, 82 overall, 26 years of age, joining us from West Ham. I will say there is a serious lack of right-back talent in London clubs at the moment. You either had someone like Gusto, who we've signed, that is really high overall, but is about to hit the 30 age mark, or you had guys that were like 75, 76 that were 18. There was no in between. I wanted somebody that was like 82, 81 overall and like 24, 25. That didn't exist. But this is still a great backup plan. Mayo Gusto, 84 rated, straight into the starting 11. Superstar from the jump, 7.5 million pounds. That being said, the second that he starts to drop in overall, I'm selling his ass. But it's a sad day, fellas. I've sold our club captain, Connor Coventry. He has been so damn reliable for us that it's best for both of us if he parts ways. He gets to head to another relegation battler in Man United. But that, along with the Pejsinovic money, helps us make the signing of Matisse Amugu for the defensive midfielder role. Whilst we lose the 85 star-studded power of Pejsinovic, the entire starting 11 is so much more balanced now, between 80 and 84 overall. Majority though 81 or 82. The bench is slowly starting to merge in something somewhat respectable, and I'm hoping our Premier League position this year is also something somewhat respectable. No relegation battle, please. No second season syndrome. Come on, fellas. What a season. Okay, we made the right call. I was nervous coming into it. Second season syndrome has been avoided, and I believe we're playing either Europa League or Conference League next season. 6th in the Premier League is absolutely massive. Chelsea win another Premier League title. Who goes down? It is going to Manchester United. Almost go down. They avoid relegation by goal differential. But it is Fulham, Southampton, and Leicester going down. And I mean, the crazy thing is, we are now, if you look purely on the points this season, the second biggest club in London. Chelsea have won the FA Cup. They don't do the treble though. Tottenham win another Carabao Cup. Borussia Dortmund win the Champions League. Atletico Madrid the Europa League. And the Conference League goes to Tottenham. Is that going to hurt our qualification? A real team display here though. Matos, Roberto, Jurasek, and Campbell all getting around the same marker of goals this year, which I'm happy with. I would rather have the whole team firing rather than just one dude carrying. I'm going to be letting a boatload of our original default players leave though. Ward, Locke, Sasu, Ogendare, and Young all walking on frees whilst Ward retires. All right, confirmed. We are in the Europa League. Good stuff. Not good stuff though is that our budget is only £19 million. I thought getting Europa League was at least going to give us like £30 million. And with all the guys I let go of at the end of last season, our squad numbers, we don't have enough for a bench right now. I'm just going to have to bite the bullet, I think, and just invest in our bench this year. But this rebuild continues to be one of the hardest I've done all year. First man in, backup goalkeeper, Louis Davison joining us from Brentford. Milan, the Czech joining us from QPR. And as a backup right midfielder, I'm going to bring in Caleb Pora from Crystal Palace. The Englishman, who can also shadow as a right back, joins us for 7 mil. Probably the least glamorous of the lot to end it, but it is a Ghanaian signing at left mid to round out this window. It is Philip Johnson making the big move up from 4th tier Leyton Orient. I was hoping for a much more productive starting 11 window this year. I wanted to probably move on Morrison and get a new centre back in, but yeah, this rebuild's fun. At least our bench is finally respectable, and at least we are in the Europa League and finally getting somewhere in this rebuild. It's only taken us to what, season 8, season 9. I want a run in the Europa League. I want us making top 4 in the Premier League. My sights are now set on Champions League football, and honestly, that's mainly because I want the money that comes along with Champions League football. All right, there's still time in the season, but 1st of January, we're sitting 10th. I didn't want to see this. Tottenham, Liverpool, United, all below us right now. We are sitting 10th. 8 wins, 4 draws, 8 losses. We are 8 points out of the top 4. It's not a lost cause at the moment, but we're going to have an incredible second half of the season. Still 2 games to go in the Europa League, but we are on a heater there. We are undefeated. Looking like that's probably going to be our best opportunity at some sort of Champions League football by winning the Europa League, which is a long shot in its own right. Cross your fingers, we need a better second half of the season. Dude, you are actually taking the piss. You are taking the piss. We finish 7th in the Premier League. We were 2 points out of the top 4. Look how damn close and congested this table was. 2 points away from Arsenal. Oh my god, mate. We better have gone on a run in the Europa League. We have finished 7th by 2 points. This rebuild is genuinely going to be the death of me. As you would have seen when I scrolled up just before, Man City won the Premier League relegation zone. Manchester United finally got relegated. They have been so close every year, basically, since we've been in the Premier League. Manchester United have finally been relegated. What does their team look like? 79 rated goalkeeper. Yeah, I'm actually not surprised they've been relegated. They got some decent players. Anthony there. Connor Coventry, our man's been relegated. Archie Gray, to be fair. Like, they've got a good midfield, but it's still not an insane team. They're going down to the championship. Man City beat Hull to win the FA Cup. We went out in the round of 16 this year to Exeter. If any year we were going to win it, it was this year. Chelsea win an all-West London Carabao Cup. Again, another round of 16 exit. PSG win an all-French Champions League final. Fair play to Stade Rennais for making that. We ended up finishing 7th in the Europa League, so we get to skip the playoff round immediately into the round of 16. And I mean, I see some good teams in here, but I'm hopeful we can go on some sort of a run. Just one loss in league phase play. So, round of 16, we beat Sparta Prague 3-1. Quarterfinals, we beat Fiorentina 3-1. We are into the Europa League semi-finals. We are into the Europa League final. We are going to be versing Villarreal. If we do this, we go to the Champions League. We have won a Europa League title with AFC Wimbledon. Come on, lads. We win a Europa League title and we are finally in the Champions League. We are finally getting some movement. FC Twente, they're going to win the Conference League. Jurasek, you beautiful bastard. 26. Our front three has gone absolutely off this year. 87 rated for Tyrese Campbell. Roberto to an 85, Jurasek to an 86. Their ages all have me a little nervous, but I think we can have a good crack at it next year. Matos, the captain, absolute beast there. Anderson, the super sub. Carter, great year for him. Both of our centre backs getting some growth as well, but that is my number one priority next season is to upgrade. Brenton Duggan will be walking away on a free transfer though. I tried to renew his contract. He didn't want the money. We are broke. So I wish you the best of luck, mate. And as we enter 2034, we are finally Champions League bound. Bring it on. Operation 2 centre backs officially begins. And unfortunately, it means I have to sell both of our current ones. Liam Morrison heading to Frankfurt for 19.5 mil. Immediately going in and getting our first centre back. There was a real lack of centre back options in between all of the London clubs, which I found very surprising. But we've picked up a Frenchman, Adam Robert from West Ham United. And then immediately after, we have Sod Wozniak. Just like Morrison heading to the Bundesliga, linking up with Hoffenheim. Very similarly to the whole Gusto situation a year or two ago, I've decided to go for somebody for here and now. Somebody that's probably only got maybe one overall left of growth in him. But I think it's a great signing for the here and now. It is going to be Kusanov. We've got him from Chelsea, not Manchester City. The centre-half signs for 25 mil. Cut price deal. Screw it, lads. Opportunity at some early season silverware. It is the UEFA Super Cup, PSG, AFC Wimbledon. How are we going to go in this one? This will be a real indicator. We win it in extra time. That is a massive indicator because we're going to be versing teams of PSG's caliber in the Champions League. We can clearly hang with them. That has given me a lot of confidence for this year. Who knows what this year has in store, fellas? The team is looking good. The front three is ridiculous. All of them getting into the 30s or nearing the 30s if you're Roberto. I wish we were given more money though. I'd probably go for some upgrades in the midfield. But we're going to deal with what we have. We're in the Champions League. Let's go see who we're versing. And it starts off in beautiful, beautiful fashion. Bayern Munich. Yesterday, I watched them in Cincinnati win against Auckland at 10-0 in the Club World Cup. Now we've got to go and verse them. Then we're away in Belgium for Anderlecht. Hosting Atalanta. Away against Real Sociedad. Hosting Stade Bucharest. Away against Lille. And rounding it out, hosting Sevilla. And hosting Braga. So it's a pretty moderate run. If we're any crack of getting it done this year, we need to get the job done in league phase play. 1st of January, we are third. in the Premier League, though. Annoying because we had a crap December. Would have been so much closer to the title race with Chelsea. And I mean, we're going to have to be good if we want to qualify because there is a lot of competition just like every other season. 2 games to go in the Champions League, though. Absolutely crushing it. Bring it home strong. Nothing outrageous to do here in January, though. I'm bringing in a backup left back in Leonardo Andrade from Millwall. Come on, fellas. Job done with the final 2 games of the Champions League. We finish second, get to skip the playoffs, and we're going to be right into the round of 16. The reward we get for finishing second is Bayern Munich. Awesome. Bayern Munich. We could have got Almeria, Lazio, Anderlecht, but nope, we get Bayern Munich in the round of 16. All right, let's see what we're made of, fellas. Round of 16, away in Munich for the first leg, and we come out with a 2-1 win. Campbell giving us the lead. Now we head back to Plough Lane to finish the job. The dream is still on if we want to go from Europa League winners directly into Champions League winners. Campbell and Jurisic are both 89, which I've only just clocked. That is insane. And we get another 2-1 victory. I am now full of confidence. 2-1, and we're into the quarterfinals. It's going to be another trip to Germany. We have got Red Bull Leipzig. We got past the big dogs of Germany. Now let's get past Leipzig. Traveling to Leipzig for the first leg, and it is a scoreless draw. Heading back to Plough Lane. We need a victory. Come on, fellas. Second leg at home. I need a win. We've got 2 2-1 wins, a scoreless draw. Let's get back to the 2-1 wins. It is... Are you kidding me? We have bottled it at home in the quarterfinals. 3-2. Campbell tied it up in the 71st minute, and this Ferry guy just comes in and breaks our hearts. We have been eliminated in the Champions League quarterfinals. The good news after that devastating Leipzig loss is that we are headed back to the Champions League next season. 4th in the Premier League. Could have been 2nd with 1 more win. And honestly, that is such a low point scoring season. Chelsea win another title. I'm just upset we didn't win the damn thing. At least we're back in the Champions League. Arsenal down to 9th. Relegation zone though is Fulham, Leeds and Brentford. Tottenham win an all London FA Cup final. Another year where we go out in the round of 16. Crystal Palace win the Carabao Cup. No round of 16 there. That makes me feel a little bit better. Leipzig end up winning the Champions League title over Newcastle. Dortmund win the Europa League, and Wolfsburg, great year for German clubs, all German clubs winning European trophies. They beat Real Madrid in the final. Fair play. 26 goals for Roberto, 87 overall. Our front 3 is absolutely cooked, about to hit the 90s. It's the same guys every year. I am happy though. Jorgensen's had a good year, but to be totally frank, I'm probably going to look to upgrade him first next year. Aiden Green, the youngster, didn't develop into anything decent. I wanted to re-sign him, but he didn't want to re-sign a contract, so it's adios to Mr. Green. I'm going all out for this to be the year. It has been an insane journey with Wimbledon. We had hope. We lost to the winners last year. We've actually got a decent budget this year. £80 million, and I'm spending a lot of it from the jump. Over the past few years, I feel like West Ham United has been a breeding ground for us. It's going to continue to be. We're going to sign a Spanish midfielder by the name of Ramirez. 86 overall, 28 years of age, Fabrizio Ramirez joining us. We're so deep in this career mode right now that we have got regens that are in their late 20s. We are not even close to done. I'm going to sell some heartthrobs in the midfield, but I want to make some absolutely insane business happen. Starting here, Thomas Jorgensen joining Osasuna, 43 mil for him. And that gets followed up by another insane departure. Matisse Muga joining Barcelona for £50 million. And that is going to trigger a formation change because we have just had the opportunity to sign one of the best players in the world. I've seen this guy for a few years now. I've watched him grow. I've never been able to afford him, but now it makes sense. His name is Eric Mueller. He is a German attacking midfielder, £63.5 million for him. That is an absolute bargain. How is that not an A? Look at his overall. He is 89 overall. Eric Mueller, welcome to Wimbledon. Also, I'm doing some recon as to potential signings. It makes sense why Fulham have gotten relegated and can't get back up. They have one defender in their entire club. Like, quite literally, they got cover everywhere. They got good players everywhere else. They have one defender, a left back, in their entire squad. And speaking of defenders, we might have just got our final piece of the puzzle for this Wimbledon side. Lenny Yoro, part of the relegated Brentford side, back up to the big smoke, back up into the Champions League. The Frenchman is officially a Wimbledon man. 11 years in, and my God, we have got ourselves a good footy side. This is a good team, lads. It was looking a little touch and go there for a while, but I finally feel confident with what we have. The bench could get a little stronger, but this starting 11 on track for something special, and I'm hoping the special something is this year. But we are going to have to get past some juggernauts if it is going to be this year. Starting off against Juventus. October, we're away against Salzburg. Away against Barcelona. Shakhtar Donetsk. Slavia Praha. Conference League winners Wolfsburg. And finally Getafe and Monaco. Some tough challenges, but again, I want automatic qualification just like last year. Well, that's a reality check. I need to stop being so confident and cocky and acting like we've already got the job done. We made the quarterfinals last year, finished 17th in league phase play this year. We're going to have to go through the playoffs where we're versing Girona. We are still a far way. We are a long way from winning a Champions League title. It's an extra step in comparison to last year. We're starting at home for the first leg. Our front three are all 89 now. Come on, fellas. First leg, and it is a 2-2 draw. We can't be having this, a 2-2 draw. And now we're going to head on the road. Heading on the road. Oh, I'm not feeling good. Don't send us in the playoffs. Okay. Oh, we can breathe. All right, our entire front three gets on the scoring sheet. We beat Girona 3-0, and we're into the round of 16. How the hell do we get about a round of 16 draw when we finish 17th compared to 2nd? We've got Nice. Can't take them lightly, but I'm certainly glad that it's not Bayern Munich. Round of 16 was not an issue for us last year, and I'm hoping it's not going to be again this year. At home, once again for the first leg against Nice, and we come away with a 3-1 win. Those last two highlights are huge momentum shifters. Could have been a 2-2 scoreline if they made the penalty. Instead, they miss. Matos scores, and we are 3-1 up heading to Nice. Heading to the south of France in an incredibly strong position. Come on, fellas. Don't bottle it. Get us back to the quarterfinals. We do not know injuries. Perfect. No injuries, no suspensions, handling business against Nice. And now our attention draws to the team that we lost to in league phase play, Monaco. Cannot take them lightly. I think losing to Monaco in January is going to prove to be a blessing in disguise because we don't take them lightly. We know they have our number. We now need to get our number back. Traveling to the municipality of Monaco. First leg, set ourselves up. We do. It is a hat trick, dude. Eurosec has been an absolute beast of nature for us. It's only a 1-goal advantage, but it is an advantage nonetheless. Let's not bottle it, please. We've got the advantage. Scoreless draw. Most boring game in football history, please. Please get us to the semis. Holy hell. That is not the most boring game in history. Our summer signing Muller is going to send it to extra time. We end up winning on penalties. We're through to the semis by the skin of our teeth. This ain't ideal though. An all-English affair in the semi-finals with Manchester City. All Italian in the other one. We have Man City. This is about as tough as it gets from FC career mode perspectives. Let's get into it. First leg, away in Manchester. I'm nervous, fellas. I can't lie. Kusanov, former Man City man in there. Can we set ourselves up for a second leg? We do, Campbell, you beautiful man. Tyrese Campbell. Roberto could have made it 3-0, but beggars cannot be choosers. We are 2-0 up as we head back to Wimbledon. Oh my God, say a prayer, fellas. We just have to park the bus and we go to a Champions League final. Never is. I could be 8-0 up and not feeling confident against Manchester City. Come on, Wimbledon. Come on, Wimbledon. Come on, Wimbledon. We'll take that. We get through it pretty unscathed as well. 4-1 aggregate victory, and we are heading to a Champions League final after 11 long seasons with Wimbledon. And so, for the final showdown, we are going to be versing Juventus. Can we finally win a Champions League title with Wimbledon using only London players? A look around the grounds. Eintracht Frankfurt take down Tottenham to win the Europa League. Borussia Mönchengladbach win the Conference League. When it comes to the Premier League, we have finished 4th, again. Newcastle United win the league. Liverpool are in there. Manchester United are officially a yo-yo club. Wow, Tottenham almost went down to an extent as well. Manchester United got promoted from the Championship and now head straight back down. Tottenham win the FA Cup and Chelsea win the Carabao Cup. I cannot wait to use this team in game though. Our front three is absolutely cooked. Jurasek and Campbell have definitely hit their peaks right now, but this is perfect timing. They have peaked at perfect timing. Roberto at a 90 overall. Matos, our captain, an 87. I cannot wait to use this team. Come on, Wimbledon. Let's get it done. Get in front of it. They get the shot off. That's a good save. Fletcher, we can't stop it from a corner. No, what is that clearance? What are these clearances? Oh my, I can feel some cheese is going to happen in this game. Maybe the cheese is going to go away. That's a great ball. We've still got it here. We're going to score it. Ramirez, I thought that we had stuffed that up completely. How did that ball end up back our way? Ramirez, our summer signing, proving his worth on the biggest stage. We have got ourselves a free kick here in dangerous territory. I don't know if I've scored a free kick goal this entire year, but let's see if we can start. Muller, edge of the box, is going to hit this one. Curling with the left foot, and he's going to score an absolute rocket. That is the first free kick goal I've scored in so damn long, if all year. And it is our summer signing Muller. You couldn't have put it in any better a position. Oh my God. Just take another look at this. It came off. That's like upper 90. Clear out the cobwebs. Oh my God. They almost got a nick on it as well. Conor Gallagher. That is a perfect free kick. We can't get too cocky though. Off the kickoff. They're going to shoot that straight at Fletcher. Dude, this could get ugly. Can we get something early here in the second half? Muller. That's a great ball to Jurasek. Putting it across. That's going to be a pen if we don't score here, which we do. It was going to be a goal surely regardless. Jurasek gets taken out, but it is the captain, Mates. We are absolutely killing Juventus right now. Could give PSG a run for their money right now. Can we break the record at this rate? Get rid of that one. They header it down. Don't give them an opportunity. That is another good save, Fletcher. We can't allow even the door to be slightly ajar. Win that. Look how much space we're giving. Oh, good defense. But, oh my God, you didn't want to give that to us? Dude, we got the free kick, but we were through. We would have been one-on-one. But that gives us another opportunity. Right foot this time. Can Roberto do it? Can I get a second free kick goal? Roberto. Similar range to the one we scored. Roberto hits it. Oh, he skims the top corner. Tavares in the box. I'm just going to try smothering it. We try to smother it. He tried to curl it top corner. Do we have time for one last goal here? Come on, fellas. I want a fourth. I see that run. Matos. Oh, it's a good bit of defense, but it's not going to matter. After 11 years of craftsmanship, we have won a Champions League title with Wimbledon. This team, one of the best teams I have used in game. And what a journey it has been, being able to only sign players from the London-based clubs. We have gone and won a Champions League title with AFC Wimbledon. They've gone from one of the worst in London to the best club in London and the best club in Europe. Lads, if you enjoyed today's video and you enjoy the new setup, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to check out another video.